All right, there it is. I believe we're live. That took longer than normal. It is Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023. The big headline in cable news this night is the 7 bodies, including 2 teenagers, found in Henrietta, Oklahoma. And they're saying they found the 39-year-old serial killer. They're saying these bodies were recovered yesterday, May 1st, 1776, the Illuminati's 247th birthday, where the 76ers did pick up their 247th playoff win, and the top performing stock in the U.S. on that same day had a 247 gematria. Again, I bring up those things to remind people that the Illuminati is still very relevant. So ask yourself, what are the odds that this news breaks on the Illuminati's birthday? And is the man blamed? Is he really the one responsible, or is he some kind of patsy or MK Ultra project? With regards to the Illuminati, take a look. Jesse L. McFadden is said to be the killer. His name in gematria, 120 and 48. We know the Illuminati works with this code every day. Illuminati and Jesse L. McFadden, the exact same in the 2 most simple ciphers, the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order of numerology. His name in reverse equals 258. The official name of the Illuminati is Order of Illuminati, which equals 258. Number of the Beast is another 258 thing. Remember, there's the recent joke in the LeBron James House Party movie where the Illuminati's not into God, they're into Satan. And, of course, the number of the beast associated with Satan. Also, Henrietta has the gematria of 127 where the bodies were found. Bavarian Illuminati, that's what the Illuminati was first called when it was founded in Bavaria. So you have 3 Illuminati connections. And again, like I always say, you can't just, if all this was so, it's possible all this could be a coincidence, but it's on the Illuminati's birthday, on a day full of Illuminati rituals, as we covered yesterday, going over the May 1st headlines. This is now the latest to add to it with the same numbers and same patterns. You have to be able to discern between coincidence and conspiracy, and not all conspiracy is conspiracy theory. Again, a conspiracy is when 2 or more people secretly work together to take advantage of another group. That happens all the time. These 7 bodies and 2 teenagers, as a lot of headlines have it, it's a lot like 72, big number with the Jesuits. Remember, the Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. And just for the record, if you're new here, May 5th can be written 1/5 like 15. 120 is the 15th triangular number. So fitting day for the Illuminati's establishment. First day of the 5th month. Now, also in the headlines, a medical doctor from Seattle where COVID-19 kicked off. Seattle, the 19 city. But yesterday on the Illuminati's birthday, a prominent doctor in Seattle died on Mount Everest. Notice how his name, Jonathan Sugarman, equals 177 like Mount Everest, like the Jesuit order. And remember, Klaus Schwab equals 177. He did the pandemic simulation right before the pandemic, where the first confirmed case outside of China was in Seattle, Washington, and the only 2 CDCs that participated in Event 201 were China's and the US's. But in addition to these 177s, you also had a ruling in a George Floyd-related case. Tou Thao, the officer who was close to the cameraman, was convicted for manslaughter. And notice how many pages the verdict was. This is on the same day as the dead doctor on Mount Everest. 177-page verdict. Again, not an arbitrary number. The Illuminati, New World Order also equals 177. Special number words like propaganda equal 177. Propaganda, the original use of the word, traces back to the Catholic Church and a Catholic Pope. The Jesuits served the Pope. The Jesuits founded the Illuminati, also often referred to as the New World Order. If you're new here, when you write out the Jesuit order, it's 177 forwards, 201 in reverse. And this officer's connected to the George Floyd killing. Remember, George Floyd's full name, George Perry Floyd, 201, killed exactly 201 weeks after Adama Traore, who was killed on the 201st day of the year. Their names were protested together in Paris, France, the home of the Jesuits. Event 201 was put on by Klaus Schwab, whose name's 177. Also 120 and 69 like Illuminati. And this guy, Jonathan Sugarman, who died on this Illuminati birthday, he was 69 years old, born in 54. And for the record, Jonathan Sugarman, his name, also has the 93 in it, and 60 like Order, but Order of Illuminati, again, 93, 201. So, again, it just stands out to me. And let's not forget that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was one of the main sponsors of Event 201 in Seattle. And William Henry Gates is Mr. 201. And Melinda's from a family of Jesuit priests and has an August 15th birthday like the Jesuit order. And you might also notice that Bill Gates' name is 201 and 258, just like Order of Illuminati. So, just wanted to make those observations. His addresses were perfect for Seattle. He lived on 67th Street and 19th Street. 67 is the 19th prime. Seattle's the 19th city. But things like that can definitely happen. It's just, what are the odds of all the 177? And then also just a top headline on the day, the 177-page verdict. And remember, the whole George Floyd thing was in Minneapolis, the 93 city. Again, where Order of Illuminati's 93, Minneapolis, Minnesota's 93, George Floyd on the 93rd Meridian in Minneapolis, big Catholic town, St. Paul, Twin Cities. And again, just the other 201s in it. His baby mama, as they referred to her, was, oh God, has it been so long that I forgot her name? Wait, I thought that was her name. Wow, I forget. George Floyd, Washington. Let's should pull it up. It's funny that I forgot her name. I could have sworn that was it, but that's been too long since I did the George Floyd thing. Anyhow, there were all the 201s. You had the Lamar Ferguson. They had the story of him that he was beaten by the same group of cops, which reminded of Ferguson, Missouri, where Black Lives Matter popped off after Michael Brown. And notice Michael Brown's also 201, and that was near St. Louis. Again, Harriet Tubman, they were going to put her on the 20, and then it was announced right before the George Floyd thing with the counterfeit 20 that they were postponing that project. And again, all the Confederate statues came down after George Floyd, Confederate 201, and from the day the Confederate statue fell in D.C. of Albert Pike to the day of the insurrection when the Confederate flag flew, 201 days later. But maybe it's like this, Roxy Washington. That's what it is. Her name is Roxy Washington. I just spelled it wrong. Roxy Washington 201. And I know there's a few others, but my mind is slipping right now. So anyway, George Floyd had so much 201, but now the officer connected to the killing has the 177-page verdict, the flip side of the Jesuit order. And his name, Officer Tou Thao, again, just the Jesuits in 72, another number, 72 forwards and backwards. Jesuit Order 72, Pope Francis, the first to live in Suite 201, the first Jesuit Pope, made Pope on the 72nd day of the year. And then just because I've been talking a lot about Kobe lately since we went down to LA and I'm working on that short book, I just had it pop in my head that I should go back and look at the Angels in the Outfield movie because I remember that movie coming out somewhere close to Kobe starting his NBA career back when I was a kid. And notice that movie came out on 15/7 in the year 94. Kobe would have turned 16 the next month, August 23rd, so he was still 15 years old on the 15th of the month. Kobe 15. Yesterday on the Illuminati's birthday, they put out the new Kobe shoe did Nike. Nike established in 72. But this film came out 39 days before his upcoming birthday, like Angels 39. And, you know, the film's mostly about baseball. Remember the year Kobe died, the Lakers won the championship, but the Dodgers also won the World Series, and Chadwick Boseman died on the Jackie Robinson Day, and also the Jack Kirby birthday, who wrote Black Panther, and the real Jackie Robinson was in the Black Panther Tank Battalion. But look how this all comes together. So 15/7 release, like 157, like Kobe Bryant 157. Remember, Kobe Bryant, 41 like his age of death, and 157 like dying on his 157th day of his age. And then the All-Star game was in tribute to Kobe, and it was the first team to score 157 points, and Team LeBron won. Like, LeBron won the finals 41 weeks after his birthday, after Kobe's death at age 41 on the Pope's 41st day of his age. And again, there's a lot more here if you want to go through the notes. But just the quick version, this came out in 94, Roman Catholic Church 94. From the day the movie came out to the day that Kobe died, it was in the 307th month since the movie came out. Angels in the Outfield, Kobe Dead in the City of Angels. The movie Angel Has Fallen came out on Kobe's last birthday. But Angels in the Outfield 307, in the 307th month since Kobe's death, or since the film released, Kobe died. And 307 is the 63rd prime number, 63, and that goes with Major League. You know, it's a film about baseball. Major League 63, Major League Baseball 63. Lakers and Dodgers both win after Kobe's death. Remember, it was the 116th season. The Dodgers associated with calling up the first African-American player, Jackie Robinson, in 47, the same year the CIA was established, which we'll get to. But 306 months and 11 days means the 307th month, because the first month goes until it came out a month later, and then you begin the second month. So once you hit 306 months, you begin the 307th month. How perfect. And then I was noticing that the film released on a date with 135 numerology. Remember, Kobe Bean Bryant equals 135. Big number with Philadelphia. The Key of David is mentioned in Revelation in the letter to the Church of Philadelphia. The actual city of Philadelphia in the U.S. was established on 135 date numerology. Big number in Philly. Things like Fly Eagles Fly are 135. Number that comes up a lot with the city. But I really started to think more about how Central Intelligence Agency's 135. They do a lot of rituals with the CIA. But yeah, Jackie Robinson was called up in 47, the same year the CIA was established on September 18th. And, of course, the CIA was established in a big 201 ritual. But the Kobe shoe comes out on the Illuminati's birthday, right? Bavaria 135. And, again, the Illuminati founded in Bavaria. The prominent secret societies in the U.S. modeled after Bavaria. The Bavarian Illuminati Jesuit. The CIA established in the big 201 ritual on the Pope's 201st day of his age. Again, if you guys don't know this, Central Intelligence Agency, United States of America, the words in the logo, 201, and the Center of Intelligence, or what is it again? CIA motto? The work of a nation, the center of intelligence. First sentence, the work of a nation, the center of intelligence, 201. So, again, the CIA is very much in entertainment because they're about controlling the populace, and they know that's the way to do it, through entertainment. And like I said, I was overlooking the whole time how simple it is to explain the weird thing about Kobe's death in light of the Nike ad in 2011 with the black Mamba, which ends with the exploding helicopter. But then in Kobe's last career game, they give out a toy helicopter with Kobe. Then that year that he retires, in November, he puts out the Kobe Bryant After Death shoe just days after Chamberlain Heights on Comedy Central does the cartoon skit with Kobe dying in a helicopter crash that came out on 11/16 or 16/11, like the King James Bible came out in 16/11, going with LeBron passing Kobe and points scored in Kobe's hometown, Philly, the day before Kobe dies, when Philadelphia has the biblical connection. The film Angels in the Outfield equals 89, like Los Angeles, California, like Los Angeles Dodgers, like Religion's 89, like the Gospel, the story of Jesus is 89 chapters. 89 is the 24th prime. Kobe, number 24th, the end of his career. The Catholic Church, a sun cult, the sun 24 hours a day. On the 247th birthday of the Illuminati, 247, the new Kobe 4 shoe, the 4 seasons dictated by the sun, 4 associated with death. But the whole Jesus thing, again, Kobe died in the 74th NBA season. Jesus Cross, Messiah, Jewish Gospel Parables, died while traveling from Catholic Mass on the Pope's 41st day of his age, when Crucify equals 41, like Kobe Bryant. In the City of Angels. And again, Jesus at age 33, Kobe equals 33 in Gematria. Kobe's last birthday before that movie came out was in 93. And as we know, Crucify, God's Son, Nazareth, all 93, Christianity, 930 in Sumerian, the 930th chapter of the Bible, Jesus crucified between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And again, the Pope was 83 years old at the time, synced up with him, helicopter crash, 83, Yeshua, the other name for Jesus, 83, like murder. And I noticed that film came out 326 days after Kobe's birthday. It made me think of how Eazy-E died on March 26th, 201 days after his birthday, after the Lethal Injection album, in light of Kobe being buried in Corona Del Mar, and part of the story being that he had a pharmaceutical battle over the Black Mamba branding. And again, LeBron passed him the day before in Kobe's hometown on the court with black snakes on it. In English gematria, which gives bigger values, rapper equals 326, like Eazy-E on 326. Sacrifices equals 326. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X only met one time in history on March 26th. Both died at age 39. Kobe, the movie came out 39 days from his birthday. Angel number. Falling angels also equals 326. Angels in the outfield 326 days after Kobe's last birthday. Angel Has Fallen, the movie that came out on Kobe's last birthday. The Los Angeles Dodgers equals 326. I mean, you think about it, the Dodgers didn't win any World Series between the time that movie came out and when they did win after Kobe's death. Inferno's also 326. Remember that movie came out on Bill Gates' birthday, starring Tom Hanks, about a billionaire who wants to depopulate the world with a virus. But yeah, just the Eazy-E LA thing after that. Again, Ice Cube put out Lethal Injection. They're both from NWA. Dies in a 201 ritual. Tuskegee experiment, 201 men in the control group. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. Kobe, coronavirus, Corona Del Mar, suing the company, the pharmaceutical company over using his Black Mamba branding. And Black Mamba. Look at what a Black Mamba's venom does to a human. It interferes with transmission across the motor end plate, which is where the nerves and muscles connect, so it can result in paralysis. The venom is also cardiotoxic, which means it may have a direct effect on the heart. Again, I'm not saying that that's what it is, Black Mamba venom, but isn't the heart piece extra interesting? And again, don't forget Corona Del Mar equals coronavirus equals COVID vaccine equals Anthony Fauci equals Washington, D.C. equals Society of Jesus equals Gavin Newsom equals Pope equals 56. Like Gavin Newsom said, 56% of California would get coronavirus in 8 weeks, which is 56 days. At the same time, all of this was going on. The Lakers won the finals in the NBA bubble that year over the Miami Heat, both of which equal 56. Now you got the Lakers' first home game in the battle of LeBron and Curry yet again, but the first home game on 5-6 on the King's coronation. King James Bible's got that 56 gematria. So yeah, again, as I write this short book on Kobe, it's just... it's going to be way shorter than even my chapter in Letters and Numbers on Kobe's death, but it's just being written in a way better way with 3 more years experience looking at this and, just having some little pieces that just make it undeniable what they did. I mean, I haven't even written in this part about angels in the outfield, but it's just what I researched today. And I'm like, God, this is even deeper than I thought. I mean, and again, just think about it. Kobe's born into the NBA. His dad's an NBA star. Playing for the Lakers, who win it all next to Hollywood. Movies, sports. So yeah, we'll keep this one short and sweet. Thank you again, 13 Serpents. I see your generosity yet again. I appreciate the generosity. Tribe Judah says Lakers versus Sixers will be the finals. That would be the ultimate Kobe tribute. Again, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. I just want to remind about Magic Johnson, you guys. Magic Johnson Oh, by the way, today it was 5-2, right? Technology's 52. You see how Amazon's 25 in the same cipher where technology's 52? Technology sector had a rough day on 5-2, but Amazon was the stock that did well in the technology sector. The full name of AMD's 205. They were the only other technology company that didn't have a negative day on 5-2 or 2-5. But hold on, coming back to what I was saying, Magic Johnson's father's death. We talked about this when he died. He died on March 8th, 38 weeks after his birthday. And he died 267 days after his birthday. That's the Philadelphia area code, 267. And again, he died right after LeBron had the mega 38 ritual, setting the points record that stood for 38 years on the 38th day of the year, scoring 38 while he's 38 years old. Again, LeBron was born the same year that Kareem set that record in infamous year 84. But his father also died 20 weeks and a day after the season began in Irvin Johnson Sr.'s 201. And again, the winning time came out last year. But the thing about his father's death and just the 267 days after his birthday, the Philly thing, his son Magic Johnson was the MVP in 1980 in the NBA Finals. The Lakers beat the 76ers that year. And that was the last time Philadelphia went to 4 championships in 1 year. So far, they've been to 3 championships in the past year. If the 76ers made it, they would be in their 4th championship, the first time since 1980. And here's something else to think about our new information that we have since that happened. Bavarian Illuminati, 80 in the most pure. What happened yesterday on the Bavarian Illuminati birthday? The 76ers got their 247th win on the Illuminati's 247th birthday. And again, just to show you what the top performing stock was yesterday in the market, let me scroll back here through a few posts. I am on Twitter if you guys don't know. Not that I really like these platforms, but just that I think we should be on all the ones trying to censor us. But this was it. Ascendis Pharma. Ascendis Pharma. Check this out. Let me just spell it out. Ascendis Pharma 247 on the Illuminati's 247th birthday. And again, I mean, it's what we're documenting day after day, how rigged the whole game is. From his father's death to the start of the finals is 86 days, and the NBA began using the term for the championship, NBA Finals, in 86. That was the year that Len Dawson got taken out by the code right after being a top pick by the Celtics. He was 88 years old. California's got that 88 connection. Number that ties in with astrology. Number that ties in with poison, sadly. So, yeah, that is a possible scenario. That would be the true tribute to Kobe, his 2 cities meeting 3 years after his death. Thank you, Jimmy Neutron. I appreciate the 110 Canadian. Gorilla J's got the Kobe Bryant death ritual on Etsy. And Gorilla J, is Gorilla J Ralph in LA? I'm sorry, man, because I just reminded, I don't think I ever did what I meant to do. I gotta get I'm just gonna do a short video. I'll do it because I don't have it right now. But yeah, if that is Ralph's book, a little short Kobe guide that he brought out for the payment pounding that we just recently did in LA with the nice drawings to it. He's got that on Etsy. I'll just do a short video. I'll upload it with the link for Ralph's guide on Etsy to support him. And I also got to do a video for the gentleman who's reading my book chapter by chapter, who's got a really good reading voice. Christopher Locke said, looking forward to seeing all the truth seekers in New York. We need a bigger showing in New York. Indeed we do. Again, we're going to do it big to close out summer. LA for Kobe Bryant Day, New York for September 11th. Um. Oh, so Gorilla Eye is Ralph. Okay. Okay, very cool. Now I know that's you. Um. Here, I'm actually gonna. You know what? I don't want to have a lot of moderators on the channel, but I'm gonna give Ralph, who is Gorilla Eye, a wrench so that he can link his guide on Etsy. And then once he gets it up here, I'll go to that page so other people can see it if they want to check it out. And it's funny. I know what it looks like, but I still haven't taken the time to read through all of Ralph's. I probably should, but he has a lot in there. I'm just trying to. I'm going to look at it once I'm done with the way I've written it. See if his will persuade me to put a few more things in there. Curry in the Sixers history is because the Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. So they've done a lot of rituals paying tribute to Philadelphia history with the Warriors over the years, especially when they played the 76ers. Yeah, and again, I mean, the big series going on with the Philadelphia team in the West, who's the Warriors. I mean, they're in San Francisco now. But don't forget the Liberty Bell from Philly, spent some time in San Francisco. But again, you got the 7-seed Lakers versus the 6-seed Warriors also going on right now. That could be a clue. Akron 76, where Curry and LeBron are from, in the 76th NBA season, 77th pro basketball season. Some people are saying the proper way to say it is the 76th anniversary of the NBA, but the 77th season, whatever it is, whatever way you want to say it, you got to look at both numbers, because that's what we figured out. Both numbers matter year after year. It's like the year that Curry lost to Toronto, where his dad used to play and where he met his wife. Toronto equals 72. Curry's born on the 73rd day of the year. Toronto won in the 72nd anniversary season, 73rd total season. All right, so Ralph's got the link up there. All right. Yeah, here it is right here. Right here on Etsy, you guys. Gorilla Eye, that's Ralph. And he's got a lot of information in here. He's got the $224 price. That's the day they did the Kobe Bryant Memorial, led by Jimmy Kimmel, February 24th. And the reason they did it on that day is because that's the day in history that the Gregorian calendar debuted, the Catholic calendar. Kobe dies in the big Catholic ritual, then the memorial on the anniversary of the first day of the calendar. Yeah, the calendar starts on January 1st, but in world history, it debuted on February 24th, if you did not know that. So, yeah, so anyhow, it's right here on Etsy. Etsy. I will pin this in the top comment. And again, I will put the link in the chat. So, yeah, I think the artwork is great. Ralph thinks it needs to be better. I told him I can show the drawings to my illustrator guy that I know and see if he wants to spruce them up a bit, but I think it looks very good. So, it's got the Goosebumps font on the Kobe. Oh yeah, no problem, Ralph. And by the way, Cuts, who pounded pavement with me in the Bay Area, Big Tech. Again, he got some footage that's only on his channel, and I've been keeping it that way, so hopefully more people go over there to watch it. But I did see that Cuts got on Twitter now. Just gave Cuts a follow on Twitter. And Cuts always has really interesting research. So if you want to check out his Twitter page, it's right there. He likes to collaborate with Animus D, who pounded pavement with us out in New York and in Connecticut last September. Okay, so yeah, if you're on Twitter, give Cuts a follow. If you're on Etsy, you want to pick up the Reader's Guide to Kobe Bryant, Volume 1. You'll be supporting another truth seeker who did great work in the community. Can't beat a price like $224. What we'll be talking about the Derby. We talked about it a little bit today. I'm still doing my research for the Derby. There's always a lot of work with the Derby with the 20 horses, jockeys, and trainers. But we'll be talking about the Derby more on Thursday, and then we'll have a dedicated Derby stream on Friday on the Patreon. Again, you get all that content for $5 a month. That's interesting. D26. Shout out to D26. He noticed that Gerard Butler, the star of Angel Has Fallen, his birthday is 82 days after Kobe's. Bryant does equal 82. So does Game. The NBA has an 82-game season. Loyola, 82, going with the Jesuits. Yeah, Medina Spirit, who we won big with the Derby 2 years ago, that horse died on the 201st day of the Jesuitic Nation year after winning the Kentucky Derby in a huge 201 ritual. And again, they call the Kentucky Derby the Run for the Roses, which equals 201, and 177 like we talked about. 75 like Catholic Church at Churchill Downs. So yeah, Medina Spirit died by the same numbers that it won by. In one of the draft versions of the book that I wrote for 201, the things that were... Again, if you guys have been following me over the years, you've heard me read from a lot of different draft chapters of the book, but I never actually put it out. Again, in one of the drafts, I talked about Medina Spirit dying on the 201st day of the Jesuitic Nation year. And don't forget that the shooting in Louisville, where the Derby is, it was on the 201st day of the reps age for District 33, and it's the 149th Kentucky Derby, and that shooting was 149 days after the Jesuit Superior General's birthday. All right, D26, well, make sure you're taking care of business in life. But thanks for checking in. And just for the record, if you're newer here, Skull and Bones. In the base ciphers, you don't see the 201, but if you use, what did Derek rename it? Capitals added, the new name. Where just capital letters matter, Skull and Bones is 201. Again, it's the 149th Derby. The Run for the Roses 201. Numbers that connect with Skull and Bones. And remember, Paul Walker, who was in the Skulls About Skull and Bones. That movie came out 201 days from his birthday. Died on what became the day that George H.W. Bush, who was in Skull and Bones, became the same day in history that he would die. He was number 41, H.W., born on the day, leaving 202 days left in the year. His son's born 7-6, who's also in Skull and Bones, who was president. Remember, the Georgia Guidestones came down on Bush's birthday. They were put up there on 322 when Skull and Bones is Order 322, but they came down 201 days after the Pope's birthday. But yeah, these numbers could matter in a big way in the day of the Derby. So they mattered in the shooting in Louisville where the Derby is, where initially they said 5 dead, 6 injured before they changed it. And again, the Derby is on 5-6, and Kentucky Derby's also 56. So anyway, be talking a lot more about the Derby on Patreon. See if we can do it again this year. We've done it a lot of years. Years where they've snuck in horses at the last second. We've gotten beaten those years, so I'm going to... they do that again, I'll be ready. But, yeah, COVID equals 82 like Seattle, of course. Wasn't Innovating to Zero the name of Bill Gates' speech? Wasn't that also 82? Yeah, Innovating to Zero, a decade before it happened. 89 like Virus. And we all know how he said the best way to reduce the population was. Fastest 2 minutes in sports, right. And so, there's been plenty of years where the time is 2:01 for the winning horse. They've done it a couple times in recent years. Snuck in a winning horse at the last minute. The other year it was like the Friday, the big movie that came out was called Long Shot, and then they stuck in a horse at like one of the last minutes, and then it was the Long Shot horse and it won. It was like, okay. They did something similar last year. All right, let me see if there's any other breaking headlines. If not, it's almost time to make dinner over here. Hey, speak of the devil, there's Bush right there. Documents show how Sandra Day O'Connor helped George W. Bush win the 2000 election. You know what this makes me think of? I've talked about this before with the father and the death of Barbara, but today's 5/2, right? NWO 52, like for New World Order, which he and his father would talk a lot about. And let me go back and check. Whoops, that's the wrong Free to Find Truth. Huh. Let's get the right one up here. What was it about Barbara Bush's death? Barbara Bush died on April 17th, a date written 17/4, 52 days from her birthday. And New World Order's 174 and NWO 52. So, and keep in mind things like President and White House and Government and Authority and Kabbalah and Tree of Life and Gematria. They're all 52. 52 is a special number like the 52 weeks in the year. But that just does seem funny to be up there. He's 76 years old right now, born on 7/6. Hold on. 7/6/2022 to today, 300 days. Look at that. If you count the span, though, it's exactly 43 weeks. Like how he was number 43, called 43 in Florida, where his brother was the 43rd governor and his dad was the 43rd vice president. They went to Yale 43, like Florida 43. Man, they got it so good. And one other thing, if you don't count the span of days, right? If you don't count the span, that also means that it's 65 days to his upcoming birthday. And notice, you run it the other way. Yale's 43 forward, so exactly 43 weeks into his birthday, or 65 days to his upcoming birthday. Yale 43-65. They got Bush up there. That severe hardship that they have emphasized for what could happen if the debt ceiling isn't raised has the same gematria as United States. And again, I mean, if our politicians decide to go down that road to tank the country over politics, I don't know how anyone could ever vote in an election again. It's like, okay, if your politicians are truly trying to take down and destroy the country by tactics that really make no sense. Again, I understand why you want to reduce the budget, but still, you still pass the debt ceiling and then you negotiate hard to reduce the debt ceiling. You don't just not raise it to crash the whole country. Anyway, so it's like, are they really going to do that? I mean, won't that make everybody, maybe that'd be like too late. It's like, oh, sorry, you figured it out too late. Enjoy the transition. Okay. Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it. Yeah, Osama bin Laden. Good one, D26. For people who forget, Osama died at age 54 on the 54th day of his age on May 2nd. And I forget, what is it again? Terrorist is 52. The terrorist on 5/2. And that's why they got Bush up there as well. No doubt about that's why they got Bush up there. The guy who was called bin Laden, the cave dweller who was president when 9/11 happened. Man. I'm curious about the Sandra Day O'Connor thing, though. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor provided the early framework that steered the outcome in the dispute over the 2000 presidential election and ensured George W. Bush would win the White House over Al Gore. Remember, that all happened when he was down in Florida. But yeah, that's right. The Supreme Court decided the election. Today can be written 2/5 as well. Remember, Judge has the gematria. You see how Judge is 47, 20, 88, 25? Look at Gavel. Exact same in all ciphers. But yeah, what a perfect day to have this story. And it just goes to show they probably wrote this story so long ago. But The decision was 5-4, like Jesuit order. Like how today's the anniversary of Bin Laden dying at age 54 on the 54th day of his age. Sandra Day O'Connor, she's got that 326 birthday like Nancy Pelosi. She's 93 years old right now. The number connected to Saturn, which is related to judgment. That means today's 37 days after her birthday or her 38th day of her age. Of course, DC's the city on the 38th parallel and election's 38, and they're saying that she decided it. Election's also 43, like it's 43 weeks into his age. What day was that ruling? Day Supreme Court stopped Bush recount in Florida. December 12th. There's a date with 44 numerology. The day leaving 19 days left in the year. Chaos. 2000 election date. I got to go back and look at all this. There were 271 electoral votes for Bush. Remember, that's the 58th prime number. George W. Bush, 58, how he went by, and Bush is also 58. Like Freemasonry, and in the Masonic headquarters in D.C., you got portraits of both the Bushes. Okay. The election was November 7th. That's the day leaving 50... Oh, it was the 54th election on the day leaving 54 days left in the year, decided by the Supreme Court with a 5-4 vote. Oh. Another numerology ritual. But hold up. November 7th. I think that's just 45 days later, or a span of 46, isn't it? November 7th to December 12th. Or no, I can't do math. 35 days later. 35 or a span of 36. 35 is the big Catholic number. Skull and Bones is 149, the 35th prime. Where did she go to school? Stanford. We were just at Stanford, founded by a Jesuit. Let's see, from her birthday to that decision, 261 days like the United States of America. Which means the election was 32 weeks and 2 days after her birthday, like Order 322 that the Bushes are members of. Okay, but yeah, I see why they got that one up there. Okay, just for something slightly drama related, since everybody likes their drama. You know, just on the sports stream today, somebody called in, and I've talked to him off the air several times. He's a nice guy. I met him in Portland. But I don't understand why whenever he calls in the live stream, like he always calls in with like this low vibration negativity and just like confusing information. And today I just kind of cut him off because I've talked to him. I said, you know, from now on, call in and just talk to me like when you talk on the phone and say something positive and helpful. Like whenever he calls into the live streams, it's just like, it's bad to just be blunt about it. But, you know, today I just had to cut him off, and you know, he kind of had a little bit of a tantrum, and again, just people can't deal with directness, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, I guess some people think I'm mean, but all I'm saying is don't call in with a bad phone call. I mean, if you're going to call into the show, because what you have to understand is a lot of people in the sports community, they don't even like when I do live streams because they don't like most of the callers. I'm trying to get callers to do better when they call in, and there are good callers, and people appreciate the good callers. It's just, there's so many calls that aren't good. And yeah, I mean, people just shouldn't be so soft. And not to rip on Tim. I know Tim says he's married, but like if I didn't know Tim and just like, oh, I mean, Tim. I'm sure Tim many times before. Tim has a very effeminate, voice and mannerisms. And again, it just kind of reminded me of that too, just the way he had a little tantrum today. I was like, I mean, as a man, you gotta be tougher than that. So in a way, I can't say that I was shocked by anything I saw. But at the same time, I'm not going to apologize about it, Just like off the air. Don't call in with a bad phone call. We don't need bad phone calls. Yeah, well, again, I mean, I guess him and Rick James have become buddies in person because they're living in the same city, which is great. I love to see the truth seekers connecting. It's just, yeah, I mean, to have a tantrum and then go spamming in the thing, it's just like, listen to what I'm saying. Like I said at the end of the call, I said you can call back when you get your thoughts together. Make a clear, coherent point. Okay. Just think about if there's anything about them doing this 23 years later as well. 23 years later. Maybe. I guess election's also 83, the 23rd prime. For the person asking how you connect overseas, I mean, I often do the streams on StreamYard where you just click the link, then you don't have to call a number, it just connects through the internet. I do those streams all the time, so there was just one yesterday. You just got to be here for the stream and then click the link. Unfortunately, I'm not doing a StreamYard stream, though, right now. All right, but yeah, that's it for now, you guys. Again, thank you to the super chatters. I appreciate the generosity. And again, we'll keep exposing the headlines. Thank you to everyone who shares the work, who does their own work on their own platforms. And until next time.